Hey, old nerd here, and today I'm going to talk about the Marvel Netflix shows and what's going to happen with them. So this is a topic that's kind of made the rounds in the public circles by now. The first time I heard about it, someone had tweeted about an article from the Direct. So in the article, they talked about the fact that, well, there's been some speculation. They don't know what's going to happen yet, as of my knowledge, as of the time of this recording anyway, on whether or not the Netflix Marvel shows are going to move to Hulu. Because now, ever since buying out Fox, Disney owns a majority percentage of Hulu. But that's just speculation right now. So what we do know is based off of what you can see when you go on Netflix and you watch Daredevil or Jessica Jones or one of the Marvel shows, is that it will tell you in the, I think it's the upper right hand corner, I haven't checked this, but this is what they say, that it has a date up there to tell you that it's leaving Netflix. And for most of them, it seems to be February 28th. Some are March 1st. It depends on your area. But either way, we're pretty sure that these shows are coming off of Netflix. So that probably means they're going to go somewhere else unless Disney's just tired of, and Marvel's tired of getting any money from them. What I want to do is I want to talk about what's the best thing for these shows creatively moving forward and what's the best for the fans. Do we want to see the shows go to Hulu? How likely is it they'll go to Hulu? Will they go to Disney Plus? A lot of people think that the mature content and the tone to these Netflix shows won't fit up with Disney Plus and the rest of their lineup. I would beg to differ for the simple fact that we have a show coming up very soon, if it's not already on there as of the time of this airing. Moon Knight is going to be going to Disney Plus, and anyone who knows about that knows that that's going to be one of the darker, grittier shows for Marvel. And if you've seen the trailer, which I just rewatched today, there's some psychological stuff in there. I would imagine it's going to get pretty graphic. And for them to put that on Disney Plus, if they can do that with Moon Knight, there's no reason they can't do it with Daredevil, Luke Cage, and the rest of them. The question is, are they going to just put the repeats of the shows they've already had on Netflix on Disney Plus, or are they going to continue them and have additional seasons, like season 3 for Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Punisher, and then the season 4 for Daredevil, maybe even have a second miniseries for the Defenders, who knows? Tie it in with Moon Knight. That's one thing they could do. Another thing they could do, we've already seen, spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the most recent Spider-Man movie, but we've already seen Charlie Cox as Daredevil again in that movie. It was a very short cameo though, but that's something that they're talking about doing. I've heard that he might be showing up in another one of the Disney Plus series for Marvel. Might have already. I haven't watched them all yet. So they could be using the characters and the actors in just smaller cameo roles in the movies or the Disney Plus series they already have. They could restart the series. Rumor has it that if they're going to move forward with Daredevil, they're going to have Charlie Cox in that role, so that's one good thing about it. But we also have to look at, is it a good thing if Disney tries to move forward with these properties? And for that, we have to look at what have they done so far with the Marvel shows that are original to Disney Plus. I mean, I know that some people really like them. I would assume some people do. But then there are people who are in another camp that look at it as Loki, for example. The Loki show was basically a bait and switch where Tom Hiddleston's Loki is not really the focus. He's made to look like a blundering idiot, and they focus on an alternate reality Loki, the female one. So of course they downplay him to build her up. And they did the same thing in the Hawkeye show, which from what I understand is really not about Hawkeye. It's about the girl that ends up effectively taking on his mantle. And I know she's in the comics, and at the moment her name is escaping me, so old nerd here. Have I mentioned that? So, but I'm sure that anybody watching this that's knowledgeable about it knows who I'm talking about. Anybody that's watched Hawkeye knows. And that's fine, except that you call the show Hawkeye. Just like, I don't know. Some of these things you have to wonder. Like, there's definitely identity politics going on. Even if it wasn't that, I think it's undeniable that Disney is trying to move into a new generation of characters. They're not focusing as much on their original characters and actors for whatever reason. Maybe they just know that, human beings get older and they're not going to want to do it forever. I don't know. Personally, I think the original Avengers had a few more years left in them. We could have seen some more Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and etc. But here we are, and this is the direction Disney seems to be going. So we need to ask ourselves, how likely is it that they're going to do anything with these characters, these actors, these stories going forward? And if they do, how likely is it that it's going to be any good? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, where I dust off my old brain case and bring you more nerdy goodness. And go ahead and drop some comments in the comments section for some feedback and any suggestions for videos you might want to see in the future. So I'll see you next time. While doing the editing process for this video, the first thing that happened was a rumor popped up, and I don't have the source in front of me, but it said that the Punisher series was probably going to Hulu. I don't have any more information about that right now, but just yesterday, as of this recording, EmpireOnline.com said that Disney Plus is officially confirmed that at least for Canada, they are going to be placing the previously Netflix shows from Marvel, including Daredevil, Jessica Jones, etc., on Disney Plus. And we're still waiting for updates we're still waiting on updates for the US and UK and other places apparently. But in Canada it is supposed to be available. The shows will be available on Disney Plus as of Wednesday the 16th of March. So that's where we're at with that, and we'll just have to wait and see. There's no word yet on whether or not there's going to be any progression of continuing those shows and Season 4 of Daredevil or Season 3 of several of the others. So we're just going to have to wait and see still.